merchandise authorization, but in this case it's more ruthless machine annihilation or robot massacre authorization. Though most Helldivers rarely wait for such authorization, you all just go out and do it. Today's musical intro was Witness Me by Master Helldiver, and sweet liberty, this was a real ear tickler. I hear that the AI model really picked up on some serious Motorhead vibes, and I am 100% here for it. This is a very worthy addition to my Angelic Music to Helldive 2 playlist. Now, to open the morning news, I have to put a retraction. Sadly, there are no new exosuits or orbital barrages in development that I know of. According to Michimus, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, sir, of the official Helldiver 2 Discord team, there is no new stratagem. It's a little unclear, but it will unlock either an orbital or a mech from the existing pool for the future when you may need it more. Yeah, that's a little disappointing, but hey, everybody loves free stratagems. Though the reaction that I saw from the community when everyone thought that the lumberer was ready for field deployment was very telling. Trust me, AH, you want to make a big impression? Drop that bad boy on us for a free weekend for some field testing. We will gladly put it through its paces. That being said, the Helldiver Corps has evidently responded to the lack of new stratagems with an overwhelming meh that is echoed through the cosmos, with next to no new deployments to either Varylia 5 or to the Choepessa system, choosing to remain on mission to Mintoria instead, which will be flipping back to Super Earth control in about 30 hours or so, completing the major order with plenty of time to spare. Methinks that you might need to start employing sweeter carrots to get the Liberation fleet to go where you want, Command. In other news, it appears that the honeymoon phase with the ODSTs is over, and diver numbers have, more or less, returned to their usual numbers, varying between 65,000 in the early morning hours and 190,000 during peak times. Given the technical debt that the Liberation fleet has accumulated, how many of us got torn into bags of shredded cheese on Oshaune, and the general attrition rate on the Western Front, this is in no way a criticism of how the Liberation fleet operates or indicative of a problem with the fleet as a whole. If anything, this was anticipated and entirely expected. We just won't be able to do things like repel a massive menage-a-trois offensive like we did last month with the numbers that we have left. So let's just hope that Team Evil doesn't have anything like that coming back our way. In some personal news, I had recently been contacted by the official mod team over at the r/Helldivers to Reddit board, who wish for me to post my content there as well. We are still working on the specifics on how this is supposed to be done, but I am super happy to be working with you, gentlemen. Now, just to clear something up, some people think that I use an AI-powered text-to-speech device to do what I do. Nothing could be further from the truth. I run a local model of a voice-changing technology because I am transgender, and while I am not ashamed, I have enough vocal dysphoria to render a full-grown charger clinically brain-dead. What you hear is my voice flowing through a filter that automatically adjusts based on my pitch and tone. Every word that you hear in my broadcast is fully voice-acted and always has been, just altered so I don't, die. Rest assured, no generative AI is involved in any part of my creation process, complying fully with the broadcast standards of the Freedom Alliance. This is just something that allows me to live comfortably. I know that the galactic wide web is not the best place for nuance, but tough because I'm ramming it down your throat and then shaking you like a cocktail glass until understanding happens. As for my musical intros, which do not appear on Reddit or WFAR, that's really just me finding the cool stuff that content creators are making across the wider web, and I want to share it with you. And I do some promotional work on the smaller channels. Do I need it? Nah, but lots of folks seem to like me bringing them new music, be it made by human hands or clanker actuators. So long as I keep finding amazing music to play, my intros will always appear to play me in on my SuperTube channel, because it is still my space and I have been given clearance to do as I please on it. But let's get back to the war, shall we? In other news from the Death Frontier, it appears that an especially dedicated contingent of Helljumpers are hell-bent on recapturing Seyshel Beach from the vile tentacles of the Illuminate, having won the battle for New Alexandria several days ago, and there are still reports of sporadic fighting in the jungles of Seyshel. I am assuming that the longer-term goal is to push the squids out of the Cancri sector entirely, which we here at WFAR do approve of. Illuminate fleet deployments tend to smell like a sushi bar straight from the depths of hell, and they're close enough to a broadcast center on Prosperity Falls that every so often we catch a whiff of something very undemocratic. It's not pleasant. It's not nice. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pondera the Radio Angel. Yep, feels like just another day in the grind of war today. Nothing foundation-shattering or anything like that going on. Just a bunch of bad guys that need the tender, loving caress of metal-rending projectiles at 3,200 feet per second. Be the Illuminate lunatic, automaton suffering from psychosis because it once touched grass accidentally, or Terminus Scourge that just wants to hate, eat, murder everything it can see. Plenty of choices out there. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.